we're changing the name of the game to Pigsyverse, right?
Well, hello. Greetings all. Good to see you. I can't really see you, I'm just saying that. I only see to be honest, I see my desktop, I see the game here, I see myself. I don't see you, but I see you in chat. I see you on Twitch, on YouTube. Everyone's come to join us for Winter.
The
Galactic update, a new Creativerse update. This is our 46th update, if you can believe it. Our 46. We don't really call it that, we just call it the Galactic update. And that's what we're here today to celebrate and show you some of the new stuff we have in store. But first, I want to introduce the wonderful person sitting here to my side. This is not David Calkins. This is not Playful David. I'm joined instead by our wonderful community person, full of community goodwill, full of love for Creativerse and community. This is PlayfulWinter.
Hey guys, I'm glad to be here, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with the update. There's so much exciting stuff.
There is, and so I think what we really would like to do, so we're going to do a few things. We're going to look at the new update, show you a new set of blocks. We're going to show you new abilities that make blueprints more awesome than ever. And we're going to show you maybe at least one laser-powered sword. And so with that, I think we should hop into the game. I'm going to do that by clicking this button. And there we are. And then forgive the shift here. All right, so we are going. So we're loading into a world. If you were playing the game, you probably saw a message that said, hey, get out of the game, we need to update this thing. Go to Twitch instead. And so that's why you're here. We're here on our super secret sneak preview servers where we can keep those live even while we're updating the game. I haven't looked at the chat quite yet. I'm guessing, because it always happens, that there's a few folks saying, hey, stop streaming, just update the game already. But we've got some people hard at work here, kind of in this part of the room to my left here. So while they're doing that, we're going to go ahead and kind of show you some of the cool new stuff. Let's see. There we go. I figured out how to play. This continues my record streak of joining the game when it's pitch black and at night for a live stream. Okay, and look at this. Here we go. So first of all, we invited some of our sneak preview players here into the game with us while we show you some of the new stuff. And sure enough, they've secured themselves in an airtight pod. Some of them are sparkling. I see B-Harm, I see Tashlan, Jack, Arcadia, Meatball, all these guys. They're all hanging out in the pods while we kind of show you some of the new stuff. So I'm going to leave them there. I'm going to let them. I'm assuming they have adequate air supply, some rations maybe. So I think it's safe to leave them alone for a minute, and then we're going to go check out all this. What are we seeing here, Winter?
Oh, seeing some of the awesome new set. Oh gosh, they did such an amazing job with this. I love the grate work. Like if you look at the grate work really quick, I love all the pipes in the back. Okay, so yeah, that's right. So this is one of the blocks from our new Galactic Super Bundle. It's a new premium bundle you'll be able to grab in the store, just like our Industrial set, our Colossal Castle set, the Medieval set. Here, it's a floor block. You can walk around on this thing. It supports any creature or player walking on it. So that's it's a feature of that block. And if you look inside, we got some cool pipes going on. This is kind of unique for a Creativerse block that it's got this modeling inside to really add depth to your builds. And so you can kind of see it's got a bunch of different sides. You can rotate it. Here's a side where you can hook up some pipes. Over here, looks like we got some galactic lamps. This is the light that's included in this set. Very cool. Again, it has this really unique profile, so you can use it to kind of create different shapes. It would look really cool as like a foot for a platform or part of a ship. Just a really versatile block. Here's something that's kind of interesting. This is something we haven't done before with a window block. If you look, it's got these kind of rounded edges, and so just like a normal window, it reacts, it links based on how you have it put together. Okay, I got some in my inventory. I'll put that back. You can even play some tricks where you go rotate one up, facing a different direction from your other window blocks, and you get some cool edging there. But it's got these nice rounded outsides, and so it's more of a galactic porthole is what we're calling this one. And it's amazing. You can use it with so many other blocks. I've seen some amazing builds made by our team while they were developing this that just utilized that in so many ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And coupled with a couple releases back, we added the ability to rotate windows flat. You can make them into a cool ceiling, a skylight, and so really versatile block. Here I've been looking at, this is of course the Galactic LED, programmable with any color, so you can get cool, here's some just bright RGB. We can actually go look at it. Hey, let's make this more of a orange. There we go. Something to call out, this is a new feature that is going to affect your regular LED blocks, your industrial LEDs. We added a copy-paste button to the LED window. That means if I have this set to this color that I really like, I can go ahead, hit copy. I'll just escape out of there. Let's go to this dude. Get in there. Hey, let's paste those settings and save. Boom. Done. This is, I know a lot of folks have built really ambitious pixel art, or they say, hey, I like the LED block, I just want a big green wall with LED, and they would have to go dial in individually these 0 to 255 color settings for RGB, and now you just copy paste it. So nice quality of life improvement for all your LED blocks. What is this thing, Winter? I'm not sure what this is.
That's the bed. It's amazing. You actually sleep standing up.
You sleep standing up. I think I'm going to give it a try. No. Whoa. I'm ensconced in the pod. Got a nice gas effect in there. It's gassing me with, I'm sure, nutritious, good for me gas that's not at all harmful for me, like over a long period of years that I might be in this sleep pod. So very cool. Get to see, this is just a real nicely modeled, detailed pod. You can also use this in your builds, and so, I mean, beds are useful, of course, for skipping the nighttime or skipping the daytime. If you're like me, you just like to sleep all day, you can use the pod for that. But also, they just look pretty stinking awesome. I already want to see them as like the boots of a giant Voltron-style robot. I think that's probably the first thing anyone should do with them.
And that can also be rotated and used in very creative ways.
Oh, totally. Here we've got the Galactic terminal. Just look at it. I think it lights up.
I love that.
Like if that was all it did, that would be enough for me personally, because hey, it lights up. But also this is acts as a switch, and so I can wire this to my lights, to my doors, or to my block phasers. Use it with sensors to create some really cool interactions. So this is the switch of the update. We're calling it the Galactic Terminal. Again, a really unique profile. You can rotate it different directions and just use it in your builds if you want. I'm not going to spend that much time on all these blocks, but let's just swing by. Here's really for our builders that like to use different block shapes. We've got these rounded slopes, and you can see, you combine a bunch of them together. Hey, we've got a big circular pipe here in Creativerse. That also makes just nice smooth edges. You can just walk up it like that. Very cool. Here's a nice detail block to use. I like to, when I build something with these blocks, I use these in a lot of corners as a slope, but they're galactic pipes for all your, if you've got some galactic liquids that you want to imagine that they're just traveling through there, you're free to do that. We won't stop you from doing that at all.
Or you can put it next to your bed and pretend that's where the gases are coming from. You can do so many things with that.
Yeah.
He built some stuff that was just incredible. The piping was everywhere. I was really, really shocked at how awesome it looks.
Check this out. So here we got, in our game, we've got a few really cool decorative containers, and we have an update in this release that makes those decorative containers even more awesome when it comes to blueprints. But here's a new one. We're calling this the Galactic Grav Chamber. It's a chamber full of grav. I mean, it's just overflowing with grav. And if we look at this, you can, just like a shelf, just like a placemat, you can fill this up with blocks, and it's got all these different settings, so you can do different cool things with it. Here we just got 4 different blocks in it that are hovering. Here we got a nice, just a shimmery hologram effect on some blocks. And then we got some more interesting things you can do. Put some blocks in there, and it gives them kind of a waving effect. This one is really interesting. If you start to play with different blocks, stack a few of these together, it looks an awful lot like an animated waving flag. Maybe by coincidence, maybe not, but I think you should definitely give that one a try.
They're also fantastic for displaying your weapons because the way they hover is just so cool.
So here's one thing to call. Where's the just like the placemat, we're able to take the grab chamber, turn off the visual, and so you don't even have to have it visible there. And sure enough, check it out. What are we checking out? This is the Flux Incapacitator, the new sword in the Galactic update. This thing is deadly sharp. It radiates with galactic energy, and it's just great for, you know, chopping down a twiggy, you know, pummeling a pigsy, or, you know, cracking open a rock. That's kind of gross. Hey, Hydra, get out of here. Hydra with your chops. Well, he's okay. Hydra's, I guess, demonstrating the galactic flux incapacitator for us. So, all right. So we're gonna just kind of do another flyby. Here's something. If you notice, these shapes are new. This isn't something you could do before. This is just one of our core blocks, the reinforced glass block. It's one of the kind of the Moroccan set that's available in the core crafting tree. We went ahead and made some slopes and some slope corners for that, just for all your builds, just to give you some extra tools to make cool stuff. So that's going to be, all you got to do is take one of your existing reinforced glass blocks, pop it in the processor, and you're going to have some new shapes to play with.
And those are useful for just about anything. I've seen some amazing spaceship builds with that. I've been wanting those blocks a long time.
Yeah, that's a real versatile one. In fact, that's why I think one of our artists was just like, I really want this block for my build, and so let me create it, and everyone now gets it. Well, one more that Galactic block that I really want to show off uniquely is, of course, the set of doors. Let's go see Hydra. I see he's hanging out on the other side there. Let's go visit.
Hi, Hydra.
And there we go. Got a nice particle effect, some of that smoke, would it be smoke? Maybe it's steam. Let's say it's steam. It moisturizes you as you pass through. And you can close them again, but they're animated. They link up just like normal doors, but instead of opening this way, like a saloon door, you get this really cool Galactic Trek type opening function. Hey, we got some visitors here. Arcadia, Jack, Tashlin, Chosen. So I'm going to go check out their cool little pod over here. Winter, are you seeing in the chat, either on YouTube or Twitch, any cool questions, any comments that the folks have for us? Just scroll through if you see anything. This is the captain's chair for any kind of captain. A sea captain is fine. You're allowed to sit in the chair. You know. What's up, Chosen? Hydra.
Hystericles asked what happens if we jump on that bed. Well,
well,
probably break a foot.
That's true. Unlike the normal bed, the regular kind of tucked in bed, much like the bed that you may have in your home, that we have several variations of, the Galactic sleep pod does not, to my knowledge, have any sort of bouncing effect. Because really, why would it? I mean, come on now. But that said, you're still free to jump on it. No one's going to stop you.
You can always turn it upside down and be an intergalactic space vampire.
I don't know if this one supports upside down. It may be like our other bed that only has kind of certain, here's some cool shape going on. So this is kind of, and this is what I really like. This is using some of the blocks from the last industrial update and then kind of mixing them with the sci-fi blocks, the galactic blocks, to really get this cool, to me it reminds me of Firefly or any number of these classic, where you see almost steampunk mixed with really high-tech galactic sci-fi stuff. And so very cool. Oh, here's a really cool build here. I think this one, and so a lot of these builds were created by our sneak preview team, and they're already going to be available as blueprints when the game comes live here in a little bit. What we do is all our sneak previews, every live stream winner, we usually put out a call to say, hey, anyone that wants to join us in our sneak preview team, just shoot us an email at our support channel or get in touch with a mod on our forums, and we'll get you added in there. We make you say just only one solemn oath to kind of be discreet about it, but other than that, you're welcome to. And so all our sneak previewers, because they were such a big help trying out, giving us feedback, we allow them to go ahead and publish the builds ahead of time that they had created with the Galactic block set. And so these are already going to be in the Steam Workshop when those servers come back up here after a while. Very cool.
Somebody asked if armor will show up in the grav chamber.
So armor does not show up in the grav chamber, and there's a handful, and this is something that I've heard the team talking about a lot, which is that there's a few items in the game that don't really have 3D models that lend themselves where it just works in these decorative containers like shelves or the grab chamber, the placemat. One of the ones that I would love to see are mob potions, the creature perfumes that you get that let swarms of pixies follow you around, or Chizard makes it go follow after you. Those Ode to Chizard and all those have really awesome icon art. I think they're really creative, and I would love to see those as something we could put on a decorative container. And maybe that's something we would be able to do in the future. It's a matter of having time to kind of create that art. But anything that, because we have all these awesome new decorative containers now, that's, I think, anything that we can get that will actually show up in them is just a big win, because it creates tons of new options for your builds. You can have a hidden grab chamber that has one of these blocks floating around for you, or a placemat that's placed and gives you little small blocks or small TNT blocks or something with really cool models, and just to really spruce up your builds. Here I'm in the cockpit of this. I'm going to sit down. A little tired of walking. Very cool. So there's some other stuff we wanted to talk about. I think, well, let's do it this way. So we wanted to show off some of these new blocks. I think we've done a good job doing that. We also wanted to cover a lot of other changes that are in this update, and there are a lot. It's a lot of them. I think we would be doing a disservice if we didn't mention. I really feel like this update feels like two updates in one, in fact, because we've got the Galactic set, and that might be enough to create a whole update. But also, the way I talk about this update is that the Blueprint Revolution is back. What do I mean by that? I mean that we've got several new abilities and functions in this new update that really just take blueprints to the next level, and which is amazing, because the last update also took blueprints to the next level. It makes you just say, like, what is the next level? What does that even mean? I don't know. I stay up at night thinking about these things. I don't know what to say about it. So let's get specific. We've got here's a blueprint that a bunch of our sneak previewers are building, and they're building a pretty quick winter. It's really coming together. So this looks like a kind of a spaceship, or a space. In fact, it's hovering. I can see here. I don't see anything holding it up. Let me start with the blueprint changes that we have here. There's really three big ones, I would say. First one is, it's not as splashy, but it's going to really kind of level up the kind of blueprints that are available in the workshop. I'm talking about advanced blueprint capture. And what that means is that blueprints before, they were great for capturing your builds, your decorative builds, a building, a house. But blueprints now, starting this update, are going to be able to capture machine connections. They're going to be able to capture decorative containers, like all the shapes and grab chambers, or shelves and grab chambers we've been showing off, and even placemats. And so they capture not only the placemat or the grab chamber, they capture the contents that are inside. And it works in a certain way so that it kind of, when you start talking about, well, capturing a container and the stuff that's inside, it does raise some questions like, well, how does that work? Do I have to place the object inside the shelf? And what this does, we really get kind of a special blueprint version of that item that lives in that container when you place it in the blueprint. It works there visually. You can see it on your shelf or on your placemat, but it's not one that you can go claim. So if you put a sword in your weapon rack, you claim that in you capture that in a blueprint. Someone downloads your blueprint from the workshop, and they place that weapon rack. They're going to be able to see the sword, but they're not going to be able to pull it out, because the sword itself was not actually captured, just the visual of the sword. And so, whoa, we got some industrial stuff going nuts here.
We actually have a few questions. So
yes.
Somebody asked how long the update's going to be. Do we have an anticipated time?
So this update, I think, usually we say anywhere from about hour and a half, maybe a little longer. This one I think is going to be slightly on the longer side, maybe closer to 2 hours. And the servers have already been down about 45 minutes, so we're getting close to halfway there, honestly. And so this stream will probably go, we're going to keep this stream a little on the shorter side as well, so that way we can both Winter and I can go help out and get the release over the finish line, get it out to y'all. But that's kind of the timeline that we're looking at.
Okay, and Resol Random asked if any of the blocks have functionality outside of just appearance. We've got the LED, which actually, are you near that again?
Yeah, here's one right here.
There's one right there.
Yeah.
This one actually works like the other LEDs. You can show off different colors. And we've got one that functions as a switch, which is the console.
Right.
Terminal. And it functions just like a switch. And it lights up. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so to answer the question, there's no new functionality from these blocks. For example, we haven't created a new type of machine that we haven't seen yet, but there are new versions of some of our existing and favorite kinds of machines, like the LED, like the decorative container. We've got the new grab chamber, which is probably the most new out of them because it presents blocks in a new way. We have these hovering animations, these holographic effects on the blocks, and so that is something totally new to Creativerse, in addition to also versions of the bed and the chair and the switch, and a new kind of door that opens a different way. And so there's some fresh takes on old favorites, but no brand new kind of functionality that we're going to see here outside of that grab chamber, I think, which is really cool.
Let's see. And, pardon me. Okay, so will you be able to capture larger builds and blueprints? My brother made a Zeppelin 6 claims in size. That's a question from Graceful Thunder.
Size.
That's huge.
That's enormously huge. So the answer, probably not in the near future. We pick these sizes kind of carefully because once you start dealing with blueprints and then those previews of blueprints and all the things that come along with it of enormous sizes outside of bigger than about a claim, then there are some ramifications as far as performance and the game engine. It was like, oh my gosh, what did I do with this giant, enormous blueprint? And so we kind of intentionally picked the sizes that we're at. However, that's why we added that tag that says modular in the workshop. So you can tag, if you've got a big 6-claim Zeppelin or blimp, claim it with 6 modular pieces, tag it, make a collection in the Steam Workshop, and the folks will be able to build it without any issues. And so that's really the way that we support those huge blueprints, is by making them modular. So we talked about Winter, new blueprint abilities, and we talked about advanced blueprint capture, which lets you capture machine connections. And so if you build a cool calculator or a game or a animated sign or ASCII art or anything like that, you can now capture that in your blueprints. Something else that's new is we added kit support for player-made blueprints. And so what that means, that's really awesome. As soon as we added player-made blueprints in the last update, some of the first comments were, hey, are there going to be kits? And now there are. And so these kits, they just happen automatically when you publish a blueprint to the workshop. The game will look at the count of blocks and the type of blocks and kind of dynamically assign a coin price to it, and it's just going to be available. So as soon as you publish a blueprint to the workshop, immediately folks will be able to not only subscribe to that blueprint, build it, and they can build it the regular way where they go just collect all the materials and start to place them, or they can get the kit and start building it right away. And so we just wanted to make that available for everyone because that was really something that we wanted to do, and also a very popular request following the last update when we introduced player-made blueprints. And the last thing that I want to show up related to the fact that the Blueprint Revolution is back is a new blueprint building ability. We tease this on Facebook and Twitter and our forums, and so you might have already seen a preview of this. This is something we're really excited about.
Oh, yes.
And it's just a ton of fun. It's called Burst Fill. And so this is, I'm going to show it off for you here. So let's grab a blueprint.
And speaking of the new kits, you can actually customize it first. If you customize it before you purchase the kit, you will actually get the customized blocks through the kit.
That's right, and so kits support customized blueprints as well. So let's say you want to build the Playful blueprint, the barn, but you say, I want a Lumite and Galactic themed barn. You can customize it and then grab the kit, and it'll dynamically assign a price to it and make it available to you. And so all that just works, and so that's going to be really cool for our players. This is a blueprint of kind of it's the Galactic hallway. This is one that I built, just trying out some of the new blocks. Oops, did I do that? No, I grabbed the incorrect loop. I grabbed someone else's.
Caldina just asked, is there somewhere where we can send suggestions and ideas that will actually be read? Actually, the forums, if you go to the Steam page for our game and go to the forums, there's a suggestions area. If you post there, we're checking those all the time.
That's absolutely true. We, Winter, myself, David, and as well as the team are always monitoring the forums. Especially we have a suggestions sub-forum or the main forum, and we love to kind of see all the suggestions and the stuff that you want to see. Okay, so this is a good time to call out. One of the things that's available in this update is a new blueprint that we put together for you, and you're going to be able to claim the kit for it for free from the store. And so as soon as these servers come up, head to the store, click on the items tab, and grab the bundle for the brand new and wonderful Galactic Chisered Coupe. This is a new Galactic version of the beloved, it's one of our most popular, most downloaded blueprints that we have actually is a Chisered Coupe. I think it's because the kit just is pretty cheap in coins. It's a small, quick one to build, but we made a new Galactic version of it for y'all to build. And so the kit is going to be free for you to claim from the store. Just go grab one from the store and try it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. And so this is where we can show off the Galactic, or the new blueprint Flood Fill. So if you see, as I point at one of these items, I'm getting these green outlines. What does that mean? Well, let's place a block.
Boom.
Boom. So what Flood Fill does is that inside of a kind of a radius around me, in the area right in front of me, if I have enough blocks, it's going to fill in not just the block that I'm pointing at, but any similar blocks that are in that area right in front of me. So this is a really fun way to build out blueprints. What block is that? I think that's this guy. Let's build out this floor here. Oh, that was the door. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Let's build a floor with one click.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, so what this is, really does is, you still, for detailed blueprints, you still have a lot of placing to do because you might have individual chairs and beds and decorative items, and so you still get that. One of my favorite things about blueprints is getting the sense of how they were built, learning from players that are way more talented than me, and seeing how they put together their builds. You still get that sense, but when there's a big flat wall or a big flat floor that's all the same, it eliminates some of that kind of redundant quick. It saves your hand muscles. Let's build up the wall here. And so you can kind of see how this works. It doesn't place all the blocks. It places the ones that are kind of out in front of me in just a certain area. And you can get an idea of what blocks those would be from the green outline that shows up there.
So KarmaCast asks, will there be any updates in the functionalities in the coming future? So we have a lot of things planned that, we can't talk about yet, but there's a lot we want to do, so just keep your eyes out there.
Yeah, so that's a pretty broad question, whether there'll be new functionality. The answer is definitely yes. We have so many things we're planning to add to the game that we want to add, that we're excited to add, and so, there we go. And so we're going to continue to do that. This is our 46th update, and we're still going strong. And so, get some light in here. Much better. Plunk down that row of lights. And so, our answer to that is usually pretty vague. We say, hey, just give us time. We're working on all that stuff. We're very excited for the future. We have tons of big plans. We recently had a survey for our players where we asked them, hey, what do you want to see in Creativerse? And we've been really excited to read through those responses and use those to guide kind of our medium and far-term planning. Oh, someone's building out under me. That's really cool.
Kitten Coder asks if there are any plans to give world owners complete control over claims. Specific question like that, I don't know that that's something that's specifically on our radar. That would make a really tremendous suggestion for our forums. And one of the things we've been doing, we also have our other stream series, PlayfulWinter, and I've been talking a lot with the admins on that world. It's one of, now because we feature on stream, it's an extremely active world.
And so all our admins are getting a ton of experience what it's like to be an admin on such a busy world. And so we've been talking with them, hey, what are the things that you're finding are real pain points and that you wish were improved? And so we'll continue to talk to those guys. But as always, a suggestion like that I just think is a perfect kind of thing to send to us on our forums or on Reddit. We any way that you communicate with the team, we read all of that stuff, and we definitely take it into consideration. We love to do things that our fans are asking for and want to see in the game.
Ah, it's 3D Loki's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Loki. Loki is one of the most original OG players of Creativerse. He might have been a day one, the first day that Creativerse launched into early access in 2014. Loki, if he wasn't day one, he was close to it.
It's Mystic Rain's birthday too.
All right, Mystic Rain. So here's something cool. You can see as I place this placemat, it now remembers its settings from when this blueprint was captured. It had one of these galactic terminals in it, and so but however, if I go interact with this, I can't go take this out. This is a special blueprint version, and you can even read the text there. It says blueprint item cannot be retrieved, only replaced or destroyed. And so that's a way we could support capturing those appearances inside of blueprints without necessarily having to worry about capturing a whole chest full of material or something inside your blueprints. And so it's a pretty cool solution, I think. But so you can see this galactic Chizzercoop starting to shape up. It's hovering off the ground with these awesome animated hovering effects. And
awesome.
So this one is going to be, if you miss it, available to everyone. Just run into the store, grab one for yourself. It's free, and you can start building with these blocks right away, as well as trying all the new blueprint functionality. You'll get to see the result of advanced capture, the result of the new burst fill, and try it out for yourself. And I think once you try that burst fill, you're going to say, this is really awesome, and I want to build more blueprints immediately.
Oh yes, oh yes. Like the Colossal Castle, the burst build, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's where it really shines, when you have these blueprints that are huge and maybe have huge walls or parts of them that use a lot of the same block, and you're like, man, I really want to just be placing the details and see how the cool parts, maybe the blueprint builder originally put rotated some shrubs sideways and made a cool decorative effect. I want to learn about that stuff, but placing this enormous 50,000 block wall seems slightly less exciting. Burstfill has really got your back there. It's going to be a big game changer when it comes to building blueprints like that.
Spicy Meatball is asking if you have a chance to look at his mega galactic city at his teleport.
Sure, I don't mind doing that real quick. I want to return here because we do have all our sneak previewers building really cool blueprints, and they're shaping up around us. But let's go teleport to Meatball, and then while we do that, we can talk about some of the other changes that are in the update.
Actually, we have a question from Jason Rono. I'm so sorry, I cannot pronounce your last name. Ronosway.
That's right, you got it right.
He's asking if there will ever be an explosive mob. We've actually had that before, and we listened to feedback. That's not going to happen. We listened to the players. We removed it.
Yeah, there was very early, around the time when we were just talking about Loki joining on day one. Around that time, there was a mob. Some of us just say the mob that shall not be named. I think his name was Spectre, a real creepy-looking dude that would sneak up behind you and just blow up. And there was even an update where Spectre got a little more aggressive, and you'd start building something, and then sure enough, Spectre showed up, and kind of, it wasn't a good time. And so, based on player feedback, man, look at all these builds. Based on player feedback, he was removed from the game, and I don't think he's too likely to make a return. Although you never know.
You never know. But you can protect your claims from explosions and such. I don't imagine that they would forsake that feedback. Trust me.
So some cool galactic machinery here. Galactic crane for picking up galactic debris or galactic gravel. There's a galactic truck for making galactic runs. If you have some galactic milk to deliver, just load it up in this truck. I really like these pods. I mean, it's just using the rounded slope block to make really cool shapes that you haven't seen before.
We've had 4 people asking for giveaways.
Well, that's not, we haven't done any yet, but I wonder if we should. And so I think we're going to do it. We're a little unprepared this time. We don't have our bot set up where we were doing the you had a certain code to type in and the bot did it for us automatically. So we're going to just pick some names at random from the chat. We do want to give away some stuff, so why don't we do like 5 at a time? Let's just go nuts. And so what we want to do is I'm going to say a certain phrase, and when I say that phrase, start typing it into chat. It can be, don't worry about spelling, don't worry if you kind of type it a little weird. I appreciate that, in fact, but as soon as I have that phrase, start typing it, and we're going to pick some... Oh, did you run out of battery there? Your plug is unplugged there.
Oh no.
Okay, forgive us. Let's revisit this here in a couple minutes because we had a bit of technical difficulty. We are going to do some giveaways as soon as we can get back up and running here. So a couple minutes and we will kick those off. I'm going to return back to where all the sneak previewers are building, and I think we're getting close to wanting to wrap this up anyway. So I think what we'll try to do as soon as we can is finish up here with just a mega giveaway. And then we will sign off. There's a lot more in this update, a lot of good fixes. There's a major improvement that just a quality of life improvement that I haven't mentioned yet. And so I think this might be a good time. Maybe some of you shrewd-eyed viewers already noticed when I had my inventory up. Let's see, could it be? So we have stacks of items here. 37 blue concrete. Here's a couple number pads. Here's about 8 siltstone. But look at this. Stone slabs. I've got 286 in a stack. We've increased stack size to 300. This is a major increase. Huge. Stacks were 99 before, so we said, hey, we don't just want to increase a little. You know, not 150, not 199. Let's go 3x. And so stacks are now 3 times as big. This was really a result of, you know, we've continued to add more and more items to the game. We've added tons of premium block sets, and oh man, I almost had the classic Brainsloth death, but I did survive. And so as we've added more and more items to the game, just having to deal with lots and lots of stacks of those items has been increasingly something we wanted to start to address. And so having stack sizes of 300 is going to be just a huge quality of life improvement, especially as we're now inviting players to build awesome blueprints that are supported by kits and be able to get a ton of items all at once, and have burstful where you're building faster and more effectively than ever. You're really going to want to use those big stack sizes. They're really going to help out. Well, let's take a tour. We're getting closer, folks, to being able to run that giveaway. I think we're almost back up and running here. So I just want to take one more tour of all the awesome blueprints that in just a few minutes. Oh, look at this. Is this a Galactic paddy wagon or ice cream truck or something?
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool. I love using the Galactic floor here as kind of the grill of the front grill of the car. Very cool. Here's maybe for Galactic animal control. Very awesome. And so there are even more updates that we haven't mentioned. I don't have the patch notes up in front of you, but there's going to be, we're going to leave a lot of these as surprises for you when the servers come back up. We're going to put those patch notes out on our Tumblr and on the forums. You'll find them everywhere. A lot of good bug fixes and just some quality of life improvements. But the big things that we're excited about are, of course, the new Galactic set, and also just the quality of life and how much more fun and just awesome blueprints are with these new changes. As like we said, hey, there's a boss hawk walking out of the Galactic Chizard coop. That's for Chizards, you guy. Oh, you know, this is an important thing to place.
We got asked if we placed David in one of those space beds.
He is, and so you can't see it behind me here, but we have the original inspiration for the sleep pods, and inside, Playful David is resting in that kind of upright position. He's been put to sleep. He's actually out of town traveling to go help promote one of our upcoming games, Super Lucky's Tale, and so he's on the road showing that off and showing that at some trade shows and stuff, and so he's getting to go connect with the people and spread the Super Lucky's Tale awesomeness, and he'll be back. And so that's only his clone that we have in the sleep chamber behind us. What do you think? Are we looking ready to do a giveaway?
I think we are.
All right, we should do it. So I'm going to give you a phrase. This is a real obvious one. Everyone that puts the word Galactic into the chat, you can be on YouTube, you can be on Twitch. We're going to pick, let's say 5 of you at random. Send your names to Remy D, who is our illustrious moderator. He's going to collect your names, and then the prize is going to be whatever you need. If you need Pro, we got Pro. If you need a welcome bundle, he'll hook you up with that. If you need, you say, I got Pro, I got welcome bundle, we got some coins for you. It's enough coins, in fact, to buy the new Galactic update, so you'll definitely have something to spend them on.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna. So I think the thing to do, Winter, is we'll call them out and then copy paste it and then send it straight to Remy D, so that we don't lose track of the folks that we are picking. So why don't I think the winner? You got one?
I've got one. Banzio.
Banzia, B-A-N-Z 30. We're making the assumption here that we pronounce a 3 as E, which I think is a correct assumption. Ban 30, Bands 30, Banzio. Congratulations, you are the first giveaway winner in our sneak preview live stream where we're showing off all the new Galactic goodness. Hey, why don't we, did you get that to Remy D? Why don't we set up someone new with a prize?
How about Lizardo Plays from YouTube?
On YouTube, Lizardo Plays. Congrats, you have won whatever you need. You need Pro? We got a Pro for you. If you need the welcome bundle, we're going to say welcome and send that to you.
Xmaster39 on Twitch.
Xmaster39 on Twitch. What's up, John Moo? Congrats. I'm gonna pick a couple more, I think.
Okay.
Just do them all in a burst here. I'm gonna fly up here. I see something cool to check out over here.
Mr. Pear Guy on YouTube.
Mr. Pear Guy, is that like the fruit pear?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In our last stream, we met someone who was named after a carrot and was showing off broccoli ASCII art. So I'm pleased to have met also a pear guy.
Meet the entire vegetable kingdom.
Yes.
Okay. And Blubber Bear.
Blubber Bear on Twitch?
I love that name, by the way.
Yes. Congrats to all these guys. Xmaster39, Mr. Pear Guy, Blubber Bear, Lizardo Plays, and Bands 30. You are our awesome winners, and so what you'll need to do here is just keep hanging out in chat. We're going to be sending your info to Remy D momentarily, and he will get in touch with you with a private message either on YouTube chat or on Twitch, and we'll get you hooked up with your prize. Thank you for coming by our previous stream. And so while Winter sends that info along, I think we're going to be close to wrapping up here, make another pass here, but I definitely want to say a huge thank you to everyone that tuned in. This has been awesome.
Thank you so much.
We were really excited to show off this new update, not only because of the Galactic set, which I think is one of our best designed and really most awesome and versatile sets yet. I'm just really excited to see what y'all start to build with these things, the new grab chamber, and all the unique block profiles and shapes and designs, but also the fact that the blueprint revolution is carrying on, and we've got advanced blueprint capture, player created blueprint kits, and burst fill, which is, as soon as you try it, trust me, I think you're really gonna dig how quick and fun and satisfying burst fill makes building blueprints.
It's so much fun. Oh, Fire USI asks, are there any plans for a Halloween event this year? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned to that. We definitely have done haunted nights in the past, and I think you'll even notice in our patch notes we make reference to starting to feel a little spooky in the air. It's more of a vague feeling. You're playing the game, maybe a breeze comes by, and you're like, that felt a little spooky. So that's all I'm going to say. But definitely stay tuned for the future on that. And we may have more that we want to talk about in the future. So I think, Winter, what do you think? We did it? Did we do it?
We did. We showed off the Galactic update. We talked about burst fill.
We did.
And entity capture.
Yes, the advanced blueprint capture. We showed off some really awesome creations from our sneak preview team. Some of these may have even been existing blueprints that they customized to the Galactic set, bought a new customized kit for a player-created blueprint, and then built with burstfill. I mean, when I talk about this update carrying on the blueprint revolution, when it comes to building blueprints, it's really a game changer. So we're so excited to see how y'all interact with this, the kind of stuff you build, and just the scope of new creative stuff that is going to allow everyone to create. Really exciting. Well, all right. So again, I just want to thank everyone. I'm going to just switch to our main camera here, Winter.
All right.
And there we are. Hey guys. So we want to thank you for coming by the stream. It's always exciting when we can show off new stuff for you. I'm sure folks are asking. The servers probably have a little ways to go. I would expect maybe less than an hour, but if not, just in that range. If you want updates, follow us on follow our Twitter or on the forums, and we will continue to give updates as we get closer to the release going live. But we're excited. There's going to be new stuff to check out. Make sure you stop by the store. Pick up the free Galactic Chizzer Blueprint Kit. Anyone can pick that up for free and start building it right away. Check out, there's at least one of, I think, all of the new Galactic blocks in it. So you can at least get a look at all of them and also put them together. Try out the new blueprint functionality. Burstfill, it's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing. Build all the blueprints you've been wanting
Yes.
and faster.
All right. So thanks again for tuning in. We're going to sign off and then make sure that this update is going live for y'all really soon. So thanks, you guys. We'll sign off and see you next time.